Hey guys, sorry. We were having some issues, some internet issues, and yesterday the live stream did cut off midway. I was having I don't know if it was the computer or if it was the internet. I apologize to everyone for what happened. Uh, thank you for being patient. Thank you for sticking around. I'm Pretty Rad. What's up? If you guys want to share the link to the YouTube so people can watch, I do have some more information to share. We do have an update. Everything's going to remain anonymous. And a little bit later, the victim number one that made the original post about that happened during colossalcon, she'll be joining us today to kind of talk and share and kind of go over what's going on. So for the rest of the video, because for I'm not going to approve, I'm not going to what is the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to agree, or I mean not. I'm sorry, I can't think right now, guys. This whole last 2 days has been like really, really, really like it's been overwhelming. I'm not gonna like agree nor deny. I'm not gonna say yes or no, but someone could be filing a police report. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see if the one time will be getting involved. So yesterday we talked about one of the victims being assaulted. Um, so it was we found out that this victim was so this was we got information from victim number one that was groped and like he kissed her in her sleep while she was sleeping in uh the room at colossalcon. So and then a second victim came forward, said that he'd been contacting her, and that he was being flirty, getting inappropriate. He was trying to he also kept misgendering them, and we'll get a little bit into that a little bit later. So the individual is they said what it was called. I think it was labeled female at birth. I'm sorry if I don't really know what that's about. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to learn as much as I can. I'm very open minded. I'm always open to learning, and I respect people's pronouns. So he kept referring to that individual as she, her, and they are that they, them, and they kept insisting or asking, requesting, and he never once. I guess the thought is that he loved the feminine part of this individual whenever they wore uh, male character cosplay. He didn't pay any attention to them, but whenever they dressed in female characters and dolled themselves up, he was more focused on them. Eventually, they cut him off, and then he went into stalker mode and started contacting the individual. So there's a rumor. This is rumor and innuendo. We don't know if this is confirmed or not, but reports are that he has contacted several friends and has talking about taking his own life. Now, remember, we do not agree with that. That's not the route that we want to go. We don't want this person to, kill themselves. So, and we did get their information. We got their full name, their address, their phone number, even their date of birth. We got almost everything. The only thing we're missing is their social security number. And we didn't release that information to the public because we don't want anyone showing up. We don't want any one of y'all guys going to jail for this individual. Like, I care about the community. I care about you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. No doubt, like, you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. And this isn't the first time we've done a podcast like this. Um, we have done this. We did this with the victim at WeaveCon. This is the second time we've done a show like this. We did this last year with his name is Masushi X Chronicles. Uh, so the problem wasn't the fact, like somebody said that he was being weird and getting a little like creepy, but he didn't really like physically do anything or like make any like suggestive like comments or send any pics or anything. So maybe they just came on as a little too aggressive. But apparently, years ago, when he was still in his mid 20s or late 20s, he was buying presents and pulling the individual by hand at a convention. It was a girl who was not interested in him romantically. She only saw him as a friend, but he was interested in her romantically. And he kissed her during the con, and she was 14 at the time. So this happened in 2023 when we did the report on him. And then we did one on our friend with, there was a guy in Florida. And then we read about Voldemort, Koff, the convention owner. So a lot of this, like, it's not like, sorry if I'm rambling a little. It has been a tough 2 days. Like I said, gathering information. Definitely want to share with you guys. I'm waiting for our guest to appear. No elaborate, flamboyant introductions. No introducing myself like that. No advertisements. No joking. This is a serious matter. Um, so I do have some stuff to share with you. So this person didn't say anything new. Let's see. All right. All right. So this is what the individual told me. So this is what I was sent earlier, and this talks about the pronouns. So I actually talked a little more about what we're going to call him Nutsack because we're not going to say his. If you want his cosplay name, if you know, it's okay if you guys post it in the comments as long as it's not in the live stream. Like I said, if legal matters are involved, we don't want to get the video taken down. Therefore, we're not going to say any names because we could be talking about anybody. So I actually talked a little more about what this individual did on my close friend's story. Basically, while he was grooming me, he would obsess over treating me like a baby or a toddler, especially when I was in more cutesy girl cosplays like Emu Otoro from Project Senkai or Kali from Genshin Impact. He wanted me to depend on him heavily and would treat me like a stereotypical Tsuger type. I don't know what that is. Because I would give him dry responses to his messages. He would constantly tell me how he wanted to always squeeze me and tell me how much he loved me. And I mean, always. Oh, okay. So I responded at the event, which was on a skating rink. He would try to slowly follow me around the rink. Later that night, while I was getting into my car, I was in a tight biker shorts and bent over. He stared at me inappropriately. Keep in mind, this person was like 15 at the time. He stared at me inappropriately. In general, he would stare at me inappropriately if I was dressed feminine. He would also constantly misgender me, and he still does to this day. He's been corrected multiple times. Yes. Okay, so I did ask, I asked about their pronouns. Yes, my pronouns are they, them. I make it clear that I'm very gender neutral. He says he's bad with pronouns, but gets everyone else's pronouns correct. I think he just really wanted to see me as a girl to fulfill whatever fantasies he had. Something else I've noticed that he never liked me in my male cosplays and would compliment them briefly. He'd interact with me most in my female cosplays, basically. So yeah, I think he only sees me as a girl, which sucks. I get some people get confused. So it just kind of like the rest of it. I don't know if yeah, basically just thinking that they're playing hard to get right. But like this person is not even 18. This guy's 22. This guy, I mean, I could see him flirting with somebody. No, dude, this is a serious topic. This isn't our regular podcast. We're talking about something that actually happened. Um, so there's another individual that knew him that shared with us a little bit about him. They shared with us today, and I'm going to read their story. It's a little less inappropriate, but a little bit more fucked up. Let me see, because I've been texting people all day. I like to text motivationals. Let's see. Um, Sorry, just bear with me. I wasn't. I will. Like I said, we usually don't run podcasts on Thursdays. It's only the Monday and Wednesdays. But let me see if I can find this. There's. All right. So this is a fourth individual that came to talk about this person's fucked upness. So they sent me some screenshots. So they sent this to this member, to this person that sent it to me. So Nutsack sends, "I'm in love with you." OP says, "Wait, what? Are you serious?" And then Nutsack's like, "Are you serious?" With a question mark. OP's like, "I need to know if you're being serious. I'm literally not messing around." Nutsack says, "I'm sorry, I'm at work." OP says, "It's okay, but are you being serious right now?" So that conversation got kind of dropped. So Nutsack says, so this is a different conversation. They're talking about some other individual. "She's being really cute, bruh. I can't. I feel really bad for what I did." OP says, "Hard pill to swallow, but you should." Nutsack says, "I honestly thought she'd leave me." OP says, "She's a forgiving person, it seems." The assailant says, "Some of her friends are coming back to me. Also, they're all forgiving, like, bruh, it's confusing me." OP says, "Ah, I see. I just don't feel like I deserve this." That's what was posted by the guy. This was a few years ago. This has nothing to do in relations as to what happened at colossalcon. Let me see. So this jackass says, "I want to hug you, miss you, Moon, miss you, OP. Hey, do you not like me anymore?" OP says, "Why would you ask that?" Asshole says, "I don't know. I'm just not feeling well. Sorry. Love you, OP." And then OP says, "Huh? I don't know the full story, but the person who made me Sanji Wig has." Okay, so this is where they're talking about the second victim, the 15-year-old. "The person who made my Sanji wig has a friend that is talking to this 22-year-old. They met at Anime Matsuri. And how is he like not? And how is like he being so close with her, like texting weird things and talking about going out to places together. And right now, this 22-year-old and this 14-year-old want a room together in an Airbnb for an upcoming convention." I don't know the full story since I don't know any of them. So I'm not going to accuse anything, but it's true. Like, so it was kind of public knowledge within the circle that this individual, this 22-year-old, wanted to like have a hotel room with this 14, 15-year-old alone. So they sent me those screenshots. So Jackass was the first friend I ever made in the cosplay community. I met him in Anime Monster in 2022, my second ever convention. Everything started off normal until he started acting a bit weird. He confessed that he was in love with me less than 2 months later via Discord. By the way, guys, I'm gonna drink some water real quick because I've been talking a lot. I was extremely uncomfortable with him being so forward, considering he was still a literal stranger to me. Things only get worse from here on out. He would take advantage of my kindness and begin calling and texting me countless times into the long hours of the night. It was always the same story. He hates himself. He's not a good person. Yes. I'm gonna send the link again. I thought I sent it. Apparently I did not. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry for All right. So sorry, give me a second, guys, because we do have somebody joining us. He wants so countless times, long hours of the night. He hates himself. He's not a good person. He's failing everyone. He wants to commit suicide. I felt obligated to help him through each crisis in fear of him hurting himself or anyone else. The most notable phone calls I ever received from him was when I was at the event and he was threatening to end his life unless I dropped everything to talk. Let me say that one more time in case y'all missed that. The most notable phone calls I ever received from him was when I was at an event and he was threatening to end his own life unless the OP dropped everything they were doing and focused solely on him. All right, so joining us, we do have a special guest. Let me see if I can take off the name removal because I don't know if you uh, want your name appearing on the stream or if you just want it to be anonymous. Let me see. Uh, okay, that's not going to work. Let's see captions. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me take off the names once the stream starts. All right, so all right, thank you. All right, so hello.
Hi, hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Thank you for joining us.
I'm honestly a little scared.
It's okay. It's okay. Look, you got the communities here. Uh, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, no, I had to come over with like some very close friends because I really did not want to do this like alone at my house. So, so if there's any background noise, just know that I'm here with like three other people just for support.
Hey, that's perfect. That's everyone needs support. Everyone needs. We all need like we all need our backup, right? Somebody that's got our back, a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen, somebody to hold our hand, somebody to help us. We all need help. It's okay to need help. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be weary because we're entering unknown, like the unknown at this point. Like everything that's happened in the last 24 hours has blown up, or at least the last 48 hours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
How are you feeling?
I feel well. Obviously, the initial thought of it at first, like it was all like fear. Like I was really terrified, and like my friends who are here, them better than anyone know that I really didn't want to make it public, just because I didn't want him to lose friends. But obviously, they were like, "You have to speak up about this because it's not fair that he's changing up your story and what happened to you." And I'm honestly happy that I did speak out. So that initial fear and worry literally turned into anger as soon as I heard all these like little girls, like these children, talking about what he did to them as well.
Right. Yes. So for those of you that I'm pretty sure everybody watching today watched last night's episode. Last night's episode with Lady Metal D um was very intense. Unfortunately, it was cut off about 60% through the stream because our streams are for this one we're not gonna be on like the whole night, but like
Oh
we
yeah.
usually keep them on for like two
Mhm.
hours. And last night ended early, an hour and I believe 20 minutes into it. It was intense. I started like feeling nauseated because it's fucked up. Like I can't even put it like in simple words. I'm trying. I don't want to cuss. My producer says I'm supposed to stop cussing, but how can I not cuss in this situation? This is bullshit. Like what the fuck,
Yeah.
bro? You're fucking 22 years old, and I don't give a fuck if you're watching. By the way, dude, because first off, if you want to have a conversation, you can hit me up and we can have a talk. We can have a talk. I'm not gonna. It doesn't have to be violent. We can talk if you got beef.
Yeah, that's also mainly why I came in because I saw one of my friend's stories yesterday that he's seeing all these things from like his old main account, and he's watching everything that everyone's posting. But it's the fact that he thinks that he can get away with it in a sense. Like just watch things and expect and think that there's gonna be no repercussions, just like, oh, I'll go into hiding, I'll stalk a bit here and there, no one's gonna know. And it's that's really like pissing me off too.
Oh no, he's so like it's over. It's over for them. We talked a little bit about Masashi. I don't know how to say his damn name. Um, he talked about he got ousted last year.
Oh no,
Like
yeah.
unfortunately,
I know. Oh, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I
no,
know
go ahead.
exactly who you're talking about because I remember he asked me to do a shoe as Aerith once, and I felt so off-putted by him, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And like he would text me almost every single day, and like I would not reply to him at all.
Hmm. So that person that we're talking, yeah. So they got really weird and aggressive, and like they were like messaging somebody else the exact same things that they were messaging you, right? Like photo
Yeah,
shoots, photos, all that shit. And the girl like blocked him, and then he showed up at a convention during New Year's, like sad and shit. Like he was practically crying, like saying, "Oh, I was talking to this girl, and she blocked me out of the blue."
yeah,
And I was like, "Dude, I know you, and y'all were not talking.
hmm,
Because if you were talking, she wouldn't have blocked you out of the blue."
yeah,
And she came out and said that he was getting weird, and sure enough, but what got him in trouble was the fact that so there was rumors going around that he was in like love with this one girl. For one, she was
yeah,
part of the LGBTQ community. She was into other girls,
hmm,
but he was buying her gifts, like pull apparent like buying her gifts, and it got kind of weird. So we didn't have any proof, right? And that doesn't seem too bad. Okay. He got
yeah,
really inappropriate with the gifts, okay, because they were like anime stuff from like a convention, right? Not
hmm.
anything adult related. But apparently
Oh,
he kissed her, and
that
she was
is
14 at the time.
what the. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can curse or not, but like that's
Go ahead, just fucking let it out.
yeah,
I
that's
discussed.
what the fuck. Like that's so fucked up that people are doing this with like literal children.
Like he wants to make a comeback by changing his he thinks rebranding, changing his name, people will
No,
just not.
that people are gonna find out. People are gonna find you again. People will. What I've learned the hard way is that whether we want to believe it or not, when you're on social media, people are watching you. People will find you, and if you even make any different account, people are gonna know it's you. They will find you. Like they will come for you.
What the hell? My dog just like burst through my door. Sorry. Like my door just swung open like abruptly as my little 14-pound dog. So to kind of I do want to I want to get your thoughts obviously about the whole situation, but I
Yeah.
also want to get your thoughts on this that was sent to me this morning about one of the other individuals that interacted with him.
Yeah.
So apparently he was threatening to commit suicide. Uh
Hmm. Yeah. I heard from a couple people. Well, one person specifically who was like friends with him. This person told me that he's saying that he wants to like off himself. Like, and I was like, well, in Spanish, I don't know if there's like a proper way in English, but like in Spanish, it's like chantaje. And I was like, there's no way que está chantajeando a la gente, saying
true.
that he's gonna do this, that he's kind of like guilt tripping almost. I feel like that's the closest.
That's exactly what he's doing. So
Yeah.
uh actually I do have so one thing I learned in psychology is that people will play this broken victim persona, like some men. not all men, just like maybe a few before anybody gets angry.
Yeah.
Uh, some people believe that if they play like this broken, shattered persona where they're like in shambles and they're ready to end it all, that someone like maybe yourself will take pity on them, try to fix them, and in the process fall in love.
Yeah, and I feel like what's messed up the most, because I was talking to another person who was really close to him. This person was telling me, and they were like, looking back at it, you kind of saw a couple red flags here and there, and you don't really think on it until they do something bad that you start realizing, oh shit, like signs were always there. But because I felt like we really wanted to give him a chance, an honest friendship, we kind of put those aside and we gave him the benefit of the doubt. We try to console him, cheer him up, and everything. And the fact that it was almost a pattern they had with so many people just like that, it's beyond me. Because I'm like, so literally half of the Texas community was trying to cheer you up, but the way I see it, they kind of held on to that and they used that to their advantage. So it's a whole thing, and it's really fucked up looking
It
back
is,
at it.
but like you said, the entire community, like half of the community, was trying to cheer him up, trying to get
Yeah.
his back, make him feel better, right? But that's not what he wanted. He
Mhm.
wanted. Let's just pretend he was like. Well, we're not going to pretend, right? Obviously, you're a victim as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't want their attention. Maybe he wanted your attention, or
Yeah,
whoever at the time.
and what sucks even more is that sorry, that they first started trying to ask me out and get with me March, literally like that Sunday of WeebCon. And I straight up told him, I was like, hey, I'm not interested. And I was like, we could talk, we can like hang out as friends and stuff, but I'm not interested. I just got out of a relationship. I don't want anything. And literally, the person I was in a relationship is literally here with me because he's like my best friend. So he's
Mhm.
listening in on this, and he can be my witness to it. This,
No,
like,
that's good.
yeah, that weekend was like already super hard on me as it was. A good chunk of the weekend, I was also intoxicated, and the fact that they were messaging me this like right after the con, I'm like, dude, you don't even know me like that. Like, hello? And in April, during my birthday party, this person had also asked me, hey, so do you still have feelings for your ex and blah blah? I'm like, I told you I don't want anything. Like, I'm really not interested. But they still went ahead and told people there was a mutual feeling. No, there wasn't.
So
There, there never
that
was.
the when he told people there was a mutual feeling, he also was that related to what happened at Colossal,
I do not know if he meant like a mutual feeling, like we had feelings for each other, or a mutual
or like
feeling about what happened.
our consent.
Yeah, but whatever it was, there was nothing mutual. There was never nothing mutual. And literally, all my friends can testify to this. The people that are in the room with me can also testify to this. That I never gave grounds to try and start anything romantic, anything relationship wise. None of it.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a moment?
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good right now.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. I know
Yeah,
we've been
thank
like
you.
we talked all day today. We talked all day yesterday about everything that's been going on. Like first off, let me just say, like I think you're it's really amazing that you are willing to come on here and talk about this because you this is the second time you've been on the show.
Yeah,
You were on the show for the WeebCon incident,
yeah.
and now it's the colossalcon stuff. But your post like encouraged other people to say something about what happened to them. We found out that he was flirting with four like underage girls, but then we found out, and somebody needs to fucking tell Comic Palooza, right?
Uh-huh.
Somebody needs to fucking say something to Comic Palooza, and I'll email them too. But he pulled that 14-year-old into that bathroom and did stuff to them.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Well, to kind of go back on the posting, honestly, I really didn't even expect anybody to pay attention to it because he was already switching the narrative around so much. I'm sorry, that's the sound of the sink. Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's okay.
But he had already switched the narrative so much, telling people that it was mutual, that he just wanted to quote unquote cuddle me, that he wanted to, that he was just trying to, do that because he had a thing for me, that it was mutual. I genuinely thought that people were kind of just gonna be like, well, he told me this, so I don't really know. I genuinely thought that's how it was gonna go, and it's that victim mindset. I spoke a lot with my sister because she is a nurse, so she kind of like, not only was she there talking to me as a sister, like an older sister, but she was talking to me as like a nurse, and she was telling me it's normal for you to have that victim mentality right now. It's normal for your body to still be in shock because the Saturday night of Colossal, my friend and I slept on the hotel floor. Um, I felt okay because I knew that she was with me there. Nothing was gonna happen. But that Sunday when I got back home, it was difficult up until like last night because it's like I still felt like his hands over me. Like it was really hard. So the fact that people saw my story, took time out of their day to reach out, took time to repost it, and took the time to literally just show their support, it means literally the entire world to me. It's more than what I could have ever asked for. And the fact that the situation went from bad to worse by having these literal kids, children, not even of legal driving age yet, come out and say these things about a 22-year-old is completely beyond me. And I've messaged a good chunk of them because I had similar situations when I was their age, and I told them what I wish someone would have told me when I was that age going through those situations. I'm like, you guys don't know me. You guys aren't by any chance being held at gunpoint to listen to my advice. But please, you guys are not entitled to give a guy who's older than you anything. You guys do not own anything to them. You guys do not need to put up with that. You guys are children. You guys are babies. There's no reason why you guys should be going through this. When you go to cons, take a parent, please. And I told them, and I couldn't stress it enough more to them. I'm like, I'm telling you, and I want to give you the support I wish I would have had. So it's really a whole thing, and like I really couldn't be prouder of those kids to to literally speak up. I could not be any prouder of them. I am so happy they did. Like,
We have a comment from Critical Damage. Wait, what? What is that in reference to? So we can go ahead and repeat it for you. Sorry, guys. It's a lot we're covering. We don't mind sharing, resharing. It so like it takes a lot, and it's very important that you know that we appreciate you so much for coming on here and even just being here. Like this is not easy. Like every time one of the victims came on the show to talk about the incidents that happened, like it's not fucking easy. It's never easy.
no, yeah, it's been really difficult, and I know for a fact if it's difficult for me to deal with it, and me as an adult, as an adult, I'm struggling so much. I can't imagine what it is for these children. I Because even though I had a similar situation, it could never compare to what they're going to. So it's like I can't even imagine how they're dealing with it too.
This fucking person, he it, he preyed on a lot of girls. I'm trying to find the story. So he pretty much treated other victims like shit, like absolute shit.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And I feel like what's been upsetting me a lot as well is the fact that he openly admitted what he did to me. But when it comes to these children, he's over here saying, I never did those things. I never groomed anyone. I never did this. There's literal messages with him, his account, saying this to literal children. The
right,
proof is right there. If you can own up, I feel like the difference of why he's owning up about my situation is because I'm an adult.
right. But to answer critical damages question, so he jackass, we're not going to say their name. You can put, anyone can post their name in the, everyone knows why you're here, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows who we're talking about. So they were flirting. They started talking to an individual that was 14, and then it turned into flirting, and then it turned into sexting, and then they were sending videos and images to each other. This is a 22-year-old man with a 14-year-old. And then he pulled them into a bathroom at Comic Palooza, and you can kind of see where this is going.
Yeah.
Um, so the reason, so we talked about it yesterday, and I believe the reason why they were doing it because if they started building up, it's called a defensive. It's called a defensive move, right? So
Mhm.
they go for like, oh, me and this person were talking like this. We consented. She's gonna say this. She's gonna say that. So whenever you finally came over the story, he would have a group of people ready to jump on you and defend him. He's building up a sympathy defense, people that are
Yeah.
willing to jump on you. But it didn't work out the way he had planned because then the minors, the victims who are minors, came forward. Actually, I do have. I found the story. Let me. I'm gonna read it, and then
Yeah.
so I met Jackass at Anime Matsuri 2022. I witnessed his predatory behavior and manipulation personally. Though he never harmed me physically, he would take advantage of my kindness and emotionally manipulate me to various extents. I have been afraid to speak out due to him always bragging about his connections to popular cosplayers in the community. During colossalcon, he drove a mutual friend of ours to the convention as it was agreed that she would be staying with us. We had 3 beds, all occupied by girls, but one of our remaining roommates wouldn't arrive until the next day. Jackass and my friend arrived around 5 a.m. He dropped her off at our room before wheeling in his luggage in tow. I was confused by this and asked what he was doing. He then asked if he could stay in the room for the night because his roommates wouldn't be arriving until later that evening. I felt forced into letting him stay due to his only other option being the lobby. I didn't want to bother or wake up my friend, so I decided to let him stay against my better judgment. And I was exhausted after driving 4 hours to Round Rock. Jackass noticed my friend was asleep and had extra space on her bed. Had extra space on her bed before asking if he could sleep next to her. I immediately refused because she does not know him personally, nor is she comfortable with men on that level. We spent a couple of minutes arguing over the matter until he agreed to take sleep on the floor. He kept repeating how mad, okay, this is what he said. How mad would she get if I slept next to her? And would she really get that upset waking up next to a guy? To which I responded that he could sleep on the floor with the extra couch cushions or figure something out. It is beyond terrifying to think what he could have done to any one of us in the room. We were all girls, and I put my trust in him for the last 2 years, and I was friends with him.
That is beyond fucked up. Also, sorry, there's like an ice cream truck
No,
around.
you're good. You're good. Don't apologize.
if I'm not mistaken, that same person had reached out to me and told me the story, and I was like, I genuinely was like amazed at the audacity that he'd even asked to sleep with her.
Like a complete stranger. Like, hey, do you mind if I
Yeah,
sleep next to her? Like, there's a little bit of space.
yeah. And I had spoken to my friend that day that we got to Colossal. Actually, um, give me 1 second. Sorry.
While she stepped away, this person also, Jackass also body shamed somebody. Jackass and I once discussed buying new cosplays and brought up wanting to cosplay Mona from Genshin Impact as I was fond of her design. He started talking me out of it, claiming that it wouldn't be comfortable, it wouldn't be a comfortable outfit, and that I would have lots of issues with it. He and his friend messaged me later that night that I would not be able to pull off cosplaying her because of my body type and face did not match the character. Oh, so
There is. I'm sorry. I'm like in shock the fact that he would say that to someone.
this is also the same person. He called and said, if you don't drop everything you're doing, I'm going to kill myself. I want you to talk to me. He body shamed her and then said that because of her face and body, she couldn't pull off the cosplay. And the fucked up thing is, he isn't like that with all of his friends. Apparently, he's a two-faced dude, right? Because he was one way with all of his other friends, and he,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, it makes it worse because he simps for Mona. So apparently, like during the cosplay contest at Colossal, I'm gonna just shorten it up. They were
yeah.
looking for this. They were looking for OP's sister, and he wasn't really doing anything. He was talking to other people, saying hi. And while OP was looking for her sister, somebody stopped her. Hey, can I get a picture? And she's like, okay, sure, why not? So she stops to give somebody that wanted a picture, and OP calls him. He comes over. They take the picture, and then he starts to yell at her. He yells at her. This is what he yelled at her. After the cosplayer walked away, he leaned over to me and got in my face before beginning to yell at me. Are you just that fucking stupid? Or do you realize we still haven't found your sister? The next time someone asks you for a picture, I'm going to tell them no for you since you don't know how to do anything right. You're not talking to anyone or doing anything until we find your sister. This is all your fault to begin with. Do you understand? She says, I was terrified and embarrassed because of the auditorium was full of cosplayers and photographers. His yelling caused a massive scene in which the space fell quiet as all eyes were on us. I could only nod my head as he pulled me away until we finally regrouped with my sister. He never apologized or acknowledged this incident
No,
afterwards.
no, es que si yo hubiera estado ahí, lo hubiera escuchado, lo saco a patadas de esote, lo saco. I'm sorry, but I feel like
I
English really doesn't express the anger that I feel. But if I would have been there, I would have kicked his ass out of that resort so fast.
I told her, like, look, if I had been at the con, this is exactly what I put. If I had been at the con, I would have, and he yelled at you, I would have confronted him. Yo, cuando yo digo, mira, yo digo putazos, guamazos, chingazos.
No, yeah, I went on my close friends yesterday, and like my fear has switched so much into anger that I literally put on my close friends. I was like, espero que un día se lo hallen y se lo agarren a madreazos, a putazos. Because that's what he deserves. There is no way. I I feel so bad because I know that if I would have said something the morning after, that motherfucker would have been gone out of that hotel and out of that resort so fast. But because I was having horrifically bad nightmares. Like I even told all of my roommates as soon as we woke up, I was like, guys, I had a couple strange dreams. Like I had dreams that I was getting, can I say the R word by any chance?
You can't. No. I think that might. I don't know why we got kicked off the
All
stream
right,
last night, but you could
probably.
say SA. You can say
But
sexually assaulted.
I was like, I thought that I was getting R worded, and as
Grape. You could say
trafficked.
grape.
Yeah, I had dreams that that was happening, and that I was like getting trafficked and stuff. It was like really cryptic dreams, but and it was like I still couldn't differentiate if it was real or if it was just a dream. So I was like, when I woke up, I literally had the entire day, and it wasn't until later on in the night that it hit me. I was like, this shit actually happened. He actually did that.
It gets a little bit worse. Not like this next thing. It's not as bad as the other stuff, but
Yeah.
it's still fucked up in my book. There
Mhm.
was an incident after the concert in which he confessed to cheating on his girlfriend at the time. This is in 2022. He was in a relationship.
Uh-huh.
This is around the time he started talking to the minors. I have now found. Oh wait, that one was this year. My bad. I'm sorry. That those incidents were between last year and this year, not 2022. I apologize. Uh, I have now found out that I'm not the only person he ever sought attention from, and I feel incredibly relieved to be able to share this information with everyone. Jackass would always be the first to call out con creeps and would always find himself in the middle of drama, to which he would come and vent to me. He messaged me on one occasion about how someone in the Valorant,
Uh-huh.
Valorant
Valorant?
cosplay group was revealed to be talking to a minor. Screenshots provided. I suppose in this case, it takes predator to know a predator.
Yeah. And honestly, this shit is intense because for San Japan, I was gonna stay at an Airbnb with a couple friends that he invited me into. And I'm so happy that this person was literally like fighting for me to
Actually,
not stay in that room with them, because he by force wanted me to stay with him. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I was even scared to talk because I was like, but luckily the other person who was there, she straight up was like, no, she's staying with me. Like, she's not gonna sleep with you. So I was really happy about that. And then this person went on and threw a whole tantrum about how, oh, they think I'm gonna be weird to you, they think I'm gonna do this. And I was like, I really did not know what to say at that moment. And I was I'm I'm at a loss of words. I don't know what to do.
you were in the y'all. Okay, so this is what he said about WeaveCon 2024. You didn't
Uh-huh.
room with him, did you?
No, during WeebCon, no.
He bragged about rooming with all girls and eventually shared that he had slept with one of his roommates and made out with the other. He made another friend, and I swear not to speak. Uh, I found him stumbling around the convention center multiple times, clearly intoxicated and unable to speak properly. If I'm not mistaken, there was one or more minors rooming with him, and there was alcohol present in the room. I never received more details than that, but who knows what else may have happened in there. Jackass was always chasing after clout. He befriended a couple of popular cosplayers in the community. As a result, I started hearing and seeing less of him. He started viewing people as their follower counts instead of actual human beings. Essentially, if you had something worthwhile to offer him, he would consider you worth keeping around. So he talks about the popular cosplayers. He would often describe these people as his best friends and would brag about how close they were and how they always were online playing games together, just hanging out. Jackass would also use the connections as leverage over me to never try and speak out against him. I don't understand that part. How the fuck does being friends with popular cosplayers stop you from speaking out against somebody?
What the hell is a person with a couple followers gonna do?
Well, apparently those friends of his were super popular cosplayers in the community. There's one or two that I've met that are assholes. who I like almost decked in the face, almost got into a fist fight with Voltaire, and he makes the songs for Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So your little like this dude, this jackass. Oh, I'm friends with popular cosplayers, and they're gonna help me stop you. We're gonna berate
There,
you and hold you back and shit like that.
a person with a couple followers is not gonna do anything. That's nothing. That's literally nothing to flex. Yeah, they're your friends, but who knows tomorrow? They could literally drop you for any type of reason.
Here's the thing: like people, look, not this isn't. Don't I don't want you to take this the wrong way or offensively. But we live in a community where people do say fake shit about people all the time, right? They make up
Yeah.
fake rumors, make fake statements. But this guy admitted it. This guy not
Yeah.
only admitted it, he accepted the guilt. Like if there's like there are people that have like said shit about other people, and we dug deep, and we actually found out they lied to ruin their life. Like we're not talking. This is unrelated to this, by the way.
Yeah.
With you, somebody shared your story. I looked into it. I contacted you because for one, we had already like we weren't friends, right? We You had come on the show to review WeebCon, so I at
Yeah.
least had a conversational like that's where like we were acquaintances, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So like these past 48 hours, like I've been talking to you, I've been messaging you, talking to you, checking on you, making sure you're okay, making sure this, and I started researching, started looking into. We got the guy's full name, we got his phone
Yeah.
number, we got his address, we got his date of birth.
I was I was I keep trying to cope with it by making jokes, right? I told my friends earlier today. I was like, I really hope they drop his social so I can run that credit.
No, shit. If I could actually run his shit, I got a lot of crap on Amazon, bro.
That's literally what I was telling them. I was like, if his social gets leaked, all of you guys are getting new phones on me.
Hold on, this is a good. Actually, this is an interesting statement. Dude, some of his friends are genuine creeps and groomers, and he would. I don't get the. Okay, maybe because I'm old. Like these two girls are old enough to be. They're young enough to be my daughter. My daughter
Yeah.
is 5. One of them was 14 at the time. That's a 9-year difference. Like, if they're 14 and 15, they're still young enough to be my kids because I'm 36. And like, I don't like to be called a nice guy. I don't like to say I'm a nice guy. I don't like to be called a nice guy. But
Yeah.
like, I like to take care of people. I like to encourage people. I like to tell them, like, look, you're better than this. You can do better. I'll literally message somebody out of the blue. I'm proud of you. And I do have friends that are like 18, 19, 20 that I will say, like, everything you've accomplished in life, I'm proud of you. Like, I look at them like they're my actual kids. Like, they're old enough to be my kids. So I look at them like they're my kids. And I
Yeah.
encourage them because it's somebody with a mental health disorder, somebody with depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. I want to give people the emotional support that I never received.
Yeah. And honestly, that's why I I'm like I don't think there's any proper way for me to also thank you for that because
You don't have to thank me. Like, look, it's you did say thank you in the chats, and I want to say this. You don't ever have to thank me. I just want to help.
yeah.
And people can say bad shit about me all the
Mhm.
time. And I got this to say. Look, I don't fight most rumors because for one, a lot of them don't make any fucking sense.
Mhm.
Secondly, like people know me. People know
Yeah.
whatever. People make rumors about everybody all the time, right? But this right here, this is don't fuck with kids. Look, I understand. I just really found out recently that some of my friends are sheltered. So when I was talking about like the shit that doesn't happen in the hood, like barrio,
Yeah.
todo, con todo, like right. What is the things you don't do? You don't fuck with kids, and you don't fuck with your mama, right? You don't steal from your mom, and you don't fuck with
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. I feel like well personally me, right? This I feel like this just being able to get in here and talk about it and have people hear me out, it's really healing the younger version of myself who didn't have the means back then. And when this happened, it brought back so much trauma that I endured when I was younger. Past situations that happened that I never fully was able to talk about. And being able to share that, come on here and say something, I feel like it's giving closure to a part of me that never had that. So it it really means so much. Like just being able to talk about it. Because even though it's something that people can say, oh well, you have people there, you could have done something earlier. It's not easy to do that. It really is not. Because even as a victim, you still feel sympathy for the person because you don't want to ruin their life. You have the power in your hands to do it, but you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so happy that I said something because now I see all these other 14, 15-year-old girls who can speak up. And I feel so happy that they took inspiration from my story to say theirs.
Does anyone have a picture of what Jackass looks like, what Nutsack looks like? I'm not going to say the name because if there's legal repercussions, I don't want to get the video pulled. Because if they go to court, the video could get pulled. But I will say this: I'm not calling him by a like a good proper name, like oh individual or no. I'm going to call him Nutsack or Jackass. But I do want to address some comments real quick, and like I'm so sorry all this happened to you, and I'm really you have no idea how much I appreciate you coming on here. Like it means a lot, and I wanted to be part of that healing process, right? That's why we like our Discord like had a meeting and we went like all right, we need to find out who this is, we need information, we need this, we need that, and this community came together. The like we pretty much got everything.
Yeah.
I mean, all we need now is his mother's maiden name and a social, and we can take out a loan on his name. That's how uh, uh,
Yeah.
deep they dug. And I so
Sorry,
I
sorry
go
to
ahead.
interrupt you. Sorry,
No, go
right?
ahead. Go
But
ahead. Go ahead.
I just saw a comment from someone, and it was like they told one of their friends and begged them to delete their Instagram. I spoke with that person, and like they dead as were telling them, "Hey, you should also delete your Instagram." Like I'm like, you're gonna go to the means to tell other people to shut down their account so they don't see what's really being said about you. Like you're gonna go to that extreme.
Oh shit! I got another anonymous message. This is from the mutual friend that was in that Jackass drove to colossalcon and was in the room he stayed in at Thursday night. On the way to the con, he had told me the story about the miner who he commissioned to do the wig. He switched up the story and basically gaslighted me that the girl was mentally sick. By the way, this is the individual who he keeps he doesn't use the proper pronouns. He keeps referring to this individual as a girl, as she, her, they are they,
Oh,
them.
yeah.
This person was mentally sick and that he eventually got a refund on the wig. While on the way back, he mentioned that his roommates at Colossal were acting weird towards him. It's disgusting that he didn't put one and one together about what he had just done. This is the weekend that this happened.
Yeah.
Uh, it's disgusting that he didn't put one and one together about what he'd just done. On the way back, he was also being very moody as his phone had broken on Saturday during the con, which he mentioned that he lost all of his photos and information.
Yeah, I. What's funny actually is that about that phone situation that happened to him was that it happened that morning after what he did to me. And looking back at it, my friends and I were talking, and one of them was like, "That's instant karma for what he did to you."
Okay, so I actually see what he looks like. Se parece como un pinche baboso. I mean, yeah. I'll share the picture in our Discord. So if you want to see it, I'll share it in Discord.
I just recently joined the server, and so whenever that's posted, I think I'm just gonna silence it because I a lot of people have been asking me. They're like, "Oh, can like do you need to post a photo or something?" I have a couple. I'm like, "No, I don't want to see this dude's face at all."
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't post it
I was
because
like,
I don't.
I was like, I do not want to see this dude at all. I'm literally disgusted because I feel like me and my friends really tried to be there for him and help him and like literally let him into our friend group. Some of us let him into our homes, and to find all of this out, we're like, that's insane.
Okay, I got you. All right. Thank you for that. I. Oh shit. The person that just texted me, the person he called mentally disabled. Do you mind if I share your statement? I won't share it until you give consent. What the fuck? Do you mind? Uh. Wow. Okay, so they wear. So they like to wear masks at cons.
Oh yeah, they do.
All right. So this person that he called mentally disabled, right? Uh, the person made a statement. It was mentioned that he said that I was mentally sick. I told him I was physically disabled, and that's why I couldn't finish his commission for him. I was going through a BPD episode. I'm not sure what that is. I apologize.
It's
BPD episode.
it's a well, I don't want to say it like I it's a mental illness. It sounds bad saying it like that, but that's sadly the only way I can address it. I've I've had a couple friends with BPD, and it's not easy to deal with it. It's really hard. I personally don't have it, but I've seen firsthand and had firsthand a lot of friends who did, and it sucks because someone with BPD, you need to be able to support them because it's not easy to deal with episodes or like when things go, you know, south when you have BPD. It's not easy.
No, yeah, to acknowledge Fart Knocker's comment. That's why I haven't been name dropping. As long as we avoid the names, it could be anybody in the world. So to finish the statement, at the time, and a depressive episode as well, but I was also having terrible flare ups, and it was physically hard for me to do anything. And he watered it down to mental sickness. So I did post the link to the Discord. It should be in the chat. I will post the picture after the show so y'all can see, or y'all can share it on there if y'all want to go on there. Our guest does not wishes not to see it though, so they will be muting all of the photos that are posted. Um, so yeah, unfortunately, they do like to wear a mask a lot at the convention, so it will be hard to tell who the fuck they are. But I mean, if they got like I think they have an Edgar haircut, if you know what that is.
I'm so sorry, everybody who's with me. Just
Look,
busted up
they
laughing.
say the first laughter is the medicine. I don't know if that's how it's said, but it's something about healing.
No. What's funny is the amount of times we would make the quacha jokes about it.
Yeah, taquacha jokes. Yeah, taquacha jokes. For those of you that, sorry. The person that sent me the screenshots, I did not mean to do that. How do I? Okay, sorry. All right, so this is okay. So OP, this is a conversation between Jackass and OP. Another person has come forward and shared text. Hey, OP, can I talk to you about this? OP's like, sure. I'm sorry if you guys all think I'm a groomer. Listen, back then I was an idiot. I still am, and that's the reason I'm leaving and getting therapy. Sir, you had sex with you raped a 14-year-old at Comic Palooza in a fucking family bathroom. You're beyond a dumb, stupid fucking idiot. You're an asshole.
Yeah, that. I'm sorry, the no Kabaka comments. I'm sorry. People have been recently making a lot of jokes, and it's like I can be halfway crying, like in a depressive episode, crying, and right now, like I'm seeing the no Kemakas, and they're making me laugh. And then I've seen people literally post a video of this guy being like, "They got your mans," and the Kendrick Lamar song everywhere. I'm so sorry, but like I literally have been crying so much for the last few nights, and then I see stuff like that, and it makes me laugh so much.
I mean, Mira, it's like my tia used to say. And let me read this comment by Farknocker. For those of you not in the know, the Edgar haircut is basically like the Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. Actually, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Um, it's like my aunt used to say. No, mira, nadie le dijo que echara pendejadas.
Mm-hmm.
Quien lo hizo porque es güey. Es
Yeah.
un pendejo, malcriado, desgraciado.
Y lo que cae mal, like, what pisses me off, es que está actuando como que si no hizo nada, intentando de defenderse cuando ya literal es muy tarde para él. He's trying to defend himself, even though it's like really late for him to do so already. Like, honestamente ya se jodió la vida, se la jodió. Y espero que si lo arrestan, suena mal lo que va a decir, pero espero que si lo arrestan, que la mamá sufra lo que las mamás de esas niñas van a sufrir cuando se enteren lo que el hijo de ella les hizo a sus hijas. Like,
so to translate,
mm-hmm.
uh,
I can go ahead and say
no,
it.
I
Sorry.
got you. So
Okay.
what she said is, we hope that he goes to prison and ends up as somebody's wife in jail or and gets what he deserves. Yeah. You do realize this is Texas, right?
Oh yeah.
In Texas, the moment they found out you steal or you steal from your mama or you
and
hurt
to
children.
Make matters worse, sorry to cut you off. To make matters worse, I feel like I have been blessed with such a nice job because I've been studying law for the past 4 years. I'm not in law school yet, but I have been taking criminal justice and 0L courses, and not to be stuck up or anything or brag about it, but I've been taught in some of the best schools for law by some nice professors, and I have been blessed with a nice job with a law firm. And the attorney that I'm working under right now is a criminal attorney, and I cannot stress how lucky I am to have the legal advice that I need to literally carry this on as a case. Now, I'm not saying if I will or won't, but I have the sources, and I'm literally just blessed that the sources are there, and that if needed, I can go ahead and help all the other kids, the children that have been affected by him.
People are sharing pictures. I don't want to make light of the situation. Wait. For the person that just sent me this one, the taller non-binary, do you mind if I share that anonymously? No name dropping, please, if you're watching the show. Can you message me? I added you to my primary. I'm getting a lot of messages. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up and do the show. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God, why does it keep hearting these damn pictures? So I'm trying to click on them. Uh, I mean, they kind of look like with the face mask on, they look like Rey Mysterio's goofy nephew. Damn, we got his email too. Let me add that to the list.
Still
Uh,
waiting for that social.
oh yeah, we're waiting on the social and the mother's maiden name. Don't forget that. No, no, no. The pictures. Yes, thank you for that. So was just sent to us by another person coming forward. Not. So we're gonna read it. I'll try to read parts that they don't want me to read.
Sorry about that.
Uh, to be honest, Jackass tried to body shame me try to body shame me as a taller non-binary who dresses femininely on occasions, and I left my bra pads in a box on the bed, closed, mind you. The box was closed, and I could tell he did something with them because the box was obviously disturbed with, and I would later find they had been punctured somehow. He's lucky I didn't smash his face in because those are several $100s. I still don't know what he did with them, and you probably don't want to know.
That is beyond fucked up. Like,
Don't go if they ever make where they live, like if they turn his place of living into a museum, don't ever touch the sock on the floor. I still don't know what he did to this day with them because he was the only one in the room at the time. Yes, I can. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where's the Facebook? They deleted all of their social media. It's all gone. They actually posted. They rebranded their social media. Their last one as "You will never see me again."
which is, I found that, and I told a couple people, I was like, I find that extremely disgusting because you were messaging everybody, telling them, you guys should leave me, you guys should leave me, and then had the audacity to change your username to that. And essentially, it's almost like guilt tripping everybody to be there for you when you're not even a human anymore. You're just a waste of oxygen. Like you don't deserve empathy or any type of pity. He he really doesn't. He doesn't deserve anything.
He's lucky he lives long enough to be somebody's prag. No one likes a chomo. Chomo is the Latino way of saying pedophile. Yeah, in any prison, if they find out you abuse children, women, and or anyone weaker than yourself, they will make you enemy number one in the courtyard. Worse, they will literally try to kill you.
If he's lucky enough, they'll try to wipe him up.
He's not that pretty.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at the picture. Look, I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm secure. But he's not man. He's not man pretty enough to be wifed up in prison.
Luckily, humor has been helping me to cope with this a lot. So if I make a couple jokes here and there, just know that it's just me coping.
So I want to thank everyone that's been sharing so far. I'm trying to keep up, and I do apologize if I haven't like messaged you back or acknowledged you, or like because some of the victims are also messaging me, adding more information. Say they actually wanted to say thank you to you. By the way, they said thank you for everything.
Hearing stuff like that makes me.
We have another statement. Hold on. This one is coming in through Discord. For the person that just sent me the message through Discord, do you mind if I share it? I have to get your consent. Do you mind if I share it anonymously with no name dropping? Please message me with a yes or no, and I can go ahead and share it if you consent. Oh, I said I was going to post it after the show. If anybody wants to join the Discord and post them now, you can go ahead. But we didn't want to post them because of our guests, because we don't. I was going to do it after the show, after. But if anybody wants to go ahead and go and post them now, me and my guests will go ahead and mute them. All right. So, uh, this individual wants to make a small statement about Anime Frontier. At the rave, the mentioned individual, Jackass, would push people out of the way to get physically close to me, touching me and trying to hold my hand. I later found out he was romanticizing the interaction. He would also constantly misgender me as I go by he, him. He only referred to me as she, her, and I mentioned to his friends that he had a crush on me, assumingly only viewing me as a girl. The guy sounds like a fucking scumbag. I mean, he's already a scumbag, but like, I think he might be transphobic as
It,
well.
it really does sound like he is.
I am so sorry. Let me go ahead and share. It's gonna be the picture will be in con bullshit. Actually, I'll make another chat in the Discord just so our guest doesn't see it. How do we make another one? Oh, add is it edit duplicate channel or create text channel? All right, so I made one called asshole pics. It's not okay. Okay, now that I hear it out loud, it sounds awful. They're in the Discord now. All right, so they're in the Discord, so our guests when see the it's under asshole pics. I know it sounds awful. It's about Jackass, not about what it sounds like. Uh, he's 100% transphobic. He always misgendered people and I would correct him constantly. He never saw people as the gender they identified as and would always approach. I think AFAB people is what is somebody told me what it meant earlier. Damn, I feel stupid. It's appointed female at birth. Yes, that's what it means. He should be more than ashamed. At this point, he just needs to flee the country.
Yeah, I feel like that would probably be his best bet at this point.
We can send him to like North Korea or something. He can go to prison there.
Literally, take him to El Salvador. That prison right there.
Yes. Uh, so I would definitely post those in the. Okay, they are posted in. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of. I mean, why is this person like? They're not very tall, are they? They're like 5'7". I'm not trying to body shame him or anything, but like, thank you for sharing that with me, Yami. I wasn't sure what it meant. I know somebody told me earlier, but like, it takes, I have to hear it a few times before I really grasp it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't know what cis meant. Like, whenever they say cisgender, I didn't know what that meant until like a couple of years ago.
Just as Drake is crazy.
Yeah, but Drake is rich.
Drake lives in Houston.
That don't mean he's not rich. This is an expensive city to live in. It costs money to walk down the street. But you've helped out. You've helped a lot of people come forward, share their stories. And it's not all like sexual assault, right? Body shaming, you know, misgendering, shaming
Transphobia.
people, transphobic comments,
Yeah.
getting creepy with people, romanticizing being with like somebody that's 15, shaming people like oh, they're mentally sick when they're physically disabled. Maybe he meant.
Bro, mute that.
I did make a. I made a whole trend in the.
I'm so sorry. My friend
Discord.
has like the.
So people are already talking shit about the individual. Y'all should okay.
Drake and him being in this.
Oh, Ratang Baga asshead.
Drake and
He
him.
He looks like the guy that gave Zodiac.
Is no coincidence.
All right.
Is this in the chat? Oh my.
Also, it's unmuted, so they can hear you. Is that okay?
That's. I mean, as long as they're okay with being on the stream. Somebody said.
Yeah, he's completely okay with it.
He's 5'6" at best. Somebody referred to him as Humpty Dumpty. He sat on a wall.
I'm sorry.
Why does this person look like the average Reddit user? He looks like the guy that gave Zodiac updates on Univision.
I think you guys are taller than him.
Yes, we are. All focus like goddamn. You're calling everybody.
You can't call someone a midget, bro.
You guys are pretty savage.
Someone told Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick is done cooking Drake. I feel like this is what's been helping me cope so much. Reading things like this, because it just.
So if y'all can make my guest laugh, go ahead. Laugh. Drake and him being in the same city is no coincidence. Jackass was about the same height as me. I'm 5'4". He looks straight up like a Karen in one photo. Sign up for the military and send his ass overseas. Let's see what else the community is saying about him. Dude looks like the sitcom side character they added for diversity. I have to be home at. Dude looks like I have to be home at 8 p.m. Maidenless. He looks like he's about to call a manager. We all know what happened to Humpty Dumpty, and he had a great fall.
The poor.
This is a random message somebody sends me. Homeboy looks like he shoplifts at yard sales. Y'all are savage. This was supposed to.
One of my friends, he posted "Meet the Grams," and then he was like "Meet Astro" right underneath it.
Homeboy looks like he considers Taco Bell authentic Mexican food. What the hell?
Thank you.
Shaft ass camera. LOL. He looks like the creepy cousin from San Antonio's West Side. Dude looks like a One Piece side character. I open a floodgate. So the whole purpose of our Discord is to share tea and talk shit. So you guys are more than welcome to shit post 24 hours of the day. How are you? You feeling a little bit better though? You were so
I
to
I
address it
really
a little bit.
am.
Mhm.
Thank you, literally, to everybody who has taken the time to reach out, check up on me, literally even tell me their stories, their experiences, and even now for like literally making me laugh with all these comments. Like I feel like thank you isn't even enough to show my gratitude towards everybody, everybody who has read it, who's reached out, who
I
has
don't think
opened
they're
up.
done roasting.
Also, thank you to everybody who keeps roasting him. Literally, I was telling a couple people, I was like, if I could get every single person a ramo buchon, because those hoes are so expensive. If I could get everybody one, I would, to show my thanks. But literally, thank you so much for even joining and listening my story and everything that happened, listening to all those children's stories, listening to them, their experiences, and my heart literally goes out to those kids because they really didn't deserve any of this.
Of
And
course not. Nobody.
yeah,
No, nobody did. The kids didn't deserve this. You didn't deserve this. His victim is the people that he's misgendering. That
yeah,
end
people
the
he
non-binary
misgendered, people he body shamed.
the non-binary person whose bra he like
Yeah, and then
he might have molested the bra.
he literally molested the bra. And you know what? I really hope his ass does get some jail time because he really can. And literally, if he's listening right now, I really tried so hard to make you feel better in so many situations, and for you to have disrespected me that bad in my sleep, and to have disrespected those children.
Hey, hold on. Something's developing. We might have another guest, and they are here. We have a private chat. I'm gonna put who they are
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want them to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
All right, it's in the private chat. Check my comments. LOL. Y'all
Yeah.
are not done roasting. Every like, look, you did you brought the entire comment section in Discord like the Avengers together. They are still roasting him. Uh, man's dug a grave and it kept getting deeper. He had plans
I,
to go. He
I'm
definitely.
literally waiting for someone to call him cousin It from the Adams family.
If I see him,
I kind of want to see the comments, but I don't want to see any photos.
if we see him, the code word is Drake at Taco Bell. He definitely, he's definitely the villain in an episode of La Rosa de Guadalupe.
That's crazy.
Bro, body shames with that kind of build, Xbox Series looking ass.
Oh my god.
Why does it look like every single nice guy that you'll see on fucking Facebook with the katanas and shit? Like he'll like have like a fedora on, just like my lady.
Oh, those TikTok guys with the fedora.
Yeah, bro.
The lisp and everything.
Motherfucker looks like an average Smash Brothers player. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, somebody sent me a random comment anonymously. Explain to me why he looks like he doesn't wear deodorant. Oh, another one. These are messages. These aren't in the thread. Explain. He probably wears the mask because he doesn't brush his teeth. Okay, so we do have another individual joining us. I'm not going to say their name is posted. Hey, did you want to join? I know you can hear me. Did you want to leave and rejoin? And do you want to? Are you okay with that name? Are you okay with that, or did you want to leave and rejoin with a different name? Yeah, they left. So they're gonna come back in a minute.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Look at the. So I definitely want to give them because I don't want them. I want them to come in anonymously. I'm not going to say who they are, which victim they are, which person they are,
Yeah.
because I don't want them to be overwhelmed. What's that? My girlfriend looks. That's what's that? My girlfriend looks like. I can smell the stench from my screen. Why does dude have the ultimate nose picker build? Somebody says hi. I heard y'all were talking shit, and I want in. Looks like thumbs from Spy Kids got inspiration from him. Bro jerks off with one finger at a time. Bro looks like he touches himself at night with an icy hot. All right, so we do have another individual joining us. Thank you for joining us, L.
Hello.
Thank you. So we're thank you for joining us. It's I know it takes a lot to come up here and just to talk or be out in the open. We're not going to say who you are or what happened to you. That's up to you to share.
Hmm.
I don't want the people to overwhelm you with questions or statements or anything. But I just wanted to say, look, I've been talking to you all day. I talked to you yesterday. I talked to you all day today. And let me just tell you, I am proud of you for stepping forward and sharing. I don't know if you've heard that, but it takes a lot. It means a lot, and the community has your back.
Yeah. I've been watching most of the streams, so I don't know. I texted you and everything, and I was thinking about it, and I I I think it's better for, even though it's fresh, right? I think it's better to to come out and say stuff to show like the real extent of it, right? Because
Mhm.
oh God, it's it's bad, right? And it's, sorry, nervous laughter, right? It's just, it's a lot, right? And I understand, people obviously know it's a serious thing, right? But I feel like that's just the surface. Like there's so much stuff going on, like internally, right? That I feel like sometimes others don't think about.
All right, so no, let me just say thank you. Okay, and I have to address my dog real quick. What do you want? I'll feed you in a minute. He's a little shit. He'll bark at me whenever there's somebody at the door. He wants something.
Yeah, I
All right.
understand.
So like,
No, I can't. No, sorry. I'm dealing with a dog too.
I I don't want you to take offense to the fact that we called you a child or a kid.
Hmm.
I mean, you're obviously a certain age, right?
Yeah.
And like it, I'm 36. Like I feel like it feels really weird for me to talk to anyone under the age of 25.
Yeah. Um, and there was really, just to let you know, there was no offense to it completely. Like I really understand where you're coming from, and I think it was said before yesterday in the other stream by your other guest, but I feel like especially lately, kids my age, including myself, which I'm not afraid to admit, right, are tending to want to grow up faster because, and honestly, I hate saying it, right? Because I love social media, but social media, right? It's making all these things, so I feel like sometimes like glorified, or yeah, is that the word? I think. Um and especially like the party type of life, um that kind of, seeing all that stuff kind of got me into, the point where I was, you know, doing substances during that time, right? Because of, you know, just influence, right? And so I completely understand where you were coming from. And honestly, it's a little bit of like a reality check to be like, sit down and think about it and be like, wow, like I am. I am indeed still a kid.
You are, and here's the thing: being a like teenagers, we were teenage. I was a teenager at one point, a
Yeah.
long time ago. When they invented dirt and shit. Like we all want to grow. We all want to be that grown up. We all want to like. I want to go to clubs. I want to go to parties. I want to go here. I want to go there. And you're only like 16, 17, right? And now in my 30s, I'm like, if I could travel back in time, I would kick the shit out of myself and be like, don't grow up. Don't try to grow up so fast. Enjoy.
Same. Even though I'm still young, you could say, I feel like nowadays, like, it's really hard to be a teenager because you see all these people glamorizing and romanticizing going out partying and being out late with their friends, having these quote unquote adventures. And you at that age, you want to experience that. But I'm just saying it like me, because when I was young, like still in middle school, high school, the internet was still fairly new around that time. It was still like pretty new, like 2010s. It was still fairly new, and so nobody really knew like the safety, like internet safety at that point. Literally, we would go on random ass pages and start talking to random ass people who are like twice our age.
People still do that now. I mean,
Yeah, and
uh, there's
but I
all
feel like at
kinds of.
least, sorry,
Go, go.
I feel like at least now, like if that were to happen, just like right now, like we're seeing, there's repercussions that that person has to face. They have to, like, it's literally the end of their life. Back then it was more or less of like, well, I don't think there really is much proof, there isn't much we can do, stuff like that. So it's like especially to you, that you had like horrible interactions with him, just like everybody,
Hmm.
like every single victim. I feel like I've been saying, I'm speaking and saying things that I wish I would have been told at that age when I was dealing with similar situations.
Yeah.
Have that support around me, So it really isn't fair to anybody in the
Mhm.
situation. It isn't fair.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I've always, oh, sorry.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've always been for that, right? I'm gonna say it right. Obviously, I feel like mentally wise, a lot more, not a lot more, but just a tad bit more mature, like brain wise because of past, right?
Yeah.
And because of all that, I've always been so for, advocating and trying to help others when it comes to, like, for example, one big thing um I like to speak out and advocate about is mental health, right? Like, that's one of my biggest things. And just advocating in general, I feel like everyone's voice needs to be heard, and there's some people that can't do it. And I feel like if the more people speak out and advocate for these big issues, the more, I feel like, the easier it would be for, others who are scared to come out, right? Even if it was like, how I first did. At first it was anonymously, um and then I really decided, like, I think this needs to be talked about, right? Because, or at least seen, because it's it's not okay, and it's not something that I feel like it should be like a thing that you know it's being talked about for like 2 weeks, maybe like a month at most, and then it's kind of like forgotten, right? And then he goes on with his life.
Yeah. And also, I feel like the con scene has changed a lot from years back. I feel like back then you would see a ton of adults. And I remember when I started going to cons, like my mom and dad literally came to me to like my first 5, 6 cons. They were there. They refused to let me go alone until I was like 18, 17. And nowadays it's like I see literally the proper term for it is children. I see a bunch of children by themselves with a group of friends at cons, and you know, you expect these adults to know how to behave, but sadly, a good chunk of those people do not know how to. And like, it makes my heart ache to hear situations like these because I'm like, kids should feel like a safe space, being able to go enjoy their little like nerdy things here and there with their friends,
Yeah.
without the fear and without having to hide from weirdos because it really isn't fair.
Yeah, like one thing I was going to say is recently, just in general, especially even when this first started happening, like, and I had cons to go to, it started becoming like it wasn't fun anymore because I was so worried that I was gonna see him, right? And so
Yeah.
it just became so like a scary experience, and that it wasn't even like fun anymore, right? That I considered like, just fucking dropping and selling everything, right? Because it's just impacted me so much.
And I completely get that. I'm never gonna relate to the situation you went through with him ever, or to anybody's situation that they went through him with him. Like, but honestly, I am so so proud of you for speaking up. I don't want to say that I have a kid, but I kind of do. And she's 4 years old. She's literally just a baby, and I God forbid anything like that were to ever happen, because it's so heartbreaking to hear that this happened to you. Like, it's so so heartbreaking, and if I could give you a hug, I definitely would. And I'm literally sending you the most positive energy through the screen right now.
Yes. And one thing I just wanted to say was like, thank like both of y'all, because y'all have definite like the from both of y'all, the sweet messages have definitely meant a lot, and just even like from other people, but like specifically y'all two and some others, it really means a lot to see how much people actually care, I guess.
Yeah, and that's something overwhelming that I've been experienced too. The amount of people that show support, and you realize how much people actually care. And the community isn't a bad space. It's the people who are in
Mm-hmm.
it that make it bad.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friends, we have a rule, that won't that we would not interact with minors. Like, if we were to hang out, no minors involved in nothing. The only time we would ever allow a minor to be with us is in case of an emergency that they need help with a scary situation, a weirdo at a con, something. We're there to help, and just leave it at that. Because I I find it weird hanging out with someone who's literally like 14, 15.
Yeah.
It's extremely weird to me. I'll say hi at a con. Hey, are you okay? Anybody following you? Are you good? Everything's okay. Do you need water? You need anything? That's it. You know?
Right, because there's as an adult, there's no more that that needs to be said, right?
Yeah.
Even in sorry, I'm trying to think, in that way, when even like even okay, sorry, even
You're
the
completely
that
fine.
first message that like I sent about, the whole thing that basically started it, right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like maybe, yes, the whole, oh, can you remind me who you were again? And then at that point, it's, oh, it was cool seeing you, talking to you, right? It should have never gone further, and that's even just with people who don't even have ill intentions. I feel like there's no reason to have to conversate with a minor, especially for
Yeah.
as long as he did, and how you know frequent and how many, right? And that's why I say, like, if or sorry, that's why I want to say, like, for people, like, just try to watch out and be more careful and be aware of even your friends, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've heard multiple people say that they were shocked, right? Because you never expect that from somebody you think right? But you never know. You're not with somebody 24/7, and most importantly, you're not in their mind. You don't know what thoughts they have. You don't know. you
Yeah.
know you don't know just any, like, their problems, right? Or just all of that stuff, right? And so, like, one thing, like, if the if you see something, say something, definitely, for sure. If even if it doesn't remotely seem weird, I feel like if your adult friend is talking to somebody who isn't an adult constantly, it should be addressed.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's nobody's. I wanted to say, though, that's nobody's fault that nobody did say anything, because it was a surprise, right? Like, again, like, many people said they were shocked, but I feel like now that there's this situation that every, like, it's kind of like a lesson in a way, and I don't like to say it like that, but it's I feel like it's now it should help people realize, like, wow, maybe I should be more aware, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like what really gets to me is the way he disrespected all of you guys. Like, you guys as minors, you guys told him your age, and he still had the. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked for a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
It's the fact. I'm so sorry. My friend just came in with a knife to cut a cake, and sorry. That it just looks funny. I'm sorry, but
It's okay.
it's not fair that you guys literally. This is the best way to say it because this is what happened. He stripped a part of innocence away from you guys
Yeah.
that you guys did not deserve to be taken of. You guys are children, and
I
and
mean, one
it's
could even argue
yeah
that he shouldn't have been talking to you at all.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even that, like, there's such a, like, it's a, oh, okay, I can do that, right? And then,
yeah, and then
have
just
a
leave
good
it at
day.
that.
Yeah.
Not even answer. Just like do what they had to do. That's it. No communication. No nothing. Leave it there.
And it's so, one thing that I wanted to add on to the thing, because I don't think I stated it um clearly, was it got weird, like, immediately, which is really concerning to me, because it's like he was so comfortable and
Yeah.
confident, and it just shows, like, where his mindset was at. And in a way, like, I am obviously not going to say it was completely, like, premeditated, right? But I feel like there
It
was at least
almost
some
feels like it
thought.
is.
Yeah.
It was premeditated. He had a
It-
goal.
I'm telling you this as someone who's studying law, and I've been using a lot of that knowledge with so many of these situations since they've been coming out for the past couple.
Real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt because we do have
No,
a
you're
comment
fine.
that says, "Hold on, I'm confused. Who are we talking about?" We can't say his name on the stream because in case there's legal repercussions, the stream could be taken down,
Yeah.
and I don't want that to happen. Plus, this could cause complications in case of an investigation. So, if you want to know who we're talking about, please share with them in the in the chat.
Or you could resend the link to the server so they can go ahead and catch up with everything.
See. I'm about to post it real quick. They are they've been roasting this entire time. This entire
Really? They've continued?
Oh,
Yeah.
it hasn't stopped. Let's see. Where to begin? He looks like an NPC Nimrod who pokes kids.
Oh God.
Dude is in a okay. Let me see. Hold on. There's some funny ones there. Hold on. Here we go. I've been left. He looks like he got left on a hard drive.
Oh God.
Bro got sent to the shadow realm, and the shadow realm spat him back out.
Bro.
Man looks like the kid the parents forgot at the mall.
Bro.
He looks like a dollar store Drake.
Bro.
He looks like Malibu's most wanted here. Bro looks like an unlockable Joker character in a third-rate arcade fighting game from 1994. His pants are unfinished texture. He looks like he looks like a fourth-rate duelist with a fifth-rate deck.
Hey,
What you mean, eh?
because it's a
Bro,
kind of reference.
Oh God.
Bro dresses like he hit the randomizer when picking his outfit. Man looks like he can't even afford free samples of food. Man looks like he got a free sample of a brain but never bothered to take the full course. Bro's built like an Oblivion character. Hell, he looks like he dropped the free sample. Bro looks like one of the Fallout 4 settlement Preston marks on the map.
I don't know why I confused Fallout with Fall Guys.
No,
So I just imagine one of the little critters.
he looks like he's banned from Costco, Sam's Club, Central Market, and HEB.
Bro.
Man,
He
man
should
looks
be.
like DLC EA would give for free. He somehow looks worse than most character creations in Dragon's Dogma. Bro bought a brain from Oscar the Grouch and had to put it on layaway.
He looks like the starter avatar when you just start a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta customize it. Or no, specifically one of those games where you gotta keep the free skins and you gotta spend money to buy the other ones. So you're just stuck with him the whole time.
Dude looks like a Roblox starter character.
Have you guys seen Smiling Friends?
Bro.
Y'all know the homeless guy from the video game? He's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. What's his name?
Wow, he has pointed shoes. He's in a Joker cosplay. He has pointed shoes. The points on his shoes are longer than his dick.
Bro.
Man, oh my God, man is body shaming people and he's built like a mini fridge.
Bro. No, legit, he's kind of built like a box. It's
And you go like an Oompa Loompa.
He's built like the fucking CEO from the Lorax.
Man is built like
I
God.
was just thinking
Didn't
about the Lorax.
What's his name? O'Hare?
God looks like God didn't leave him in the oven enough.
God didn't leave him in the oven. Someone's like the homeless man from Smiling. It's because he looks like the homeless man. You guys want to spray him with dirty brown water?
He looks like the motherfucker in a locker room who'd spray Old Spice.
Literally.
Bro, no, Axe body spray.
Axe
Not
body
the
spray.
Axe body spray.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that's the lotion you can fucking use right now.
The Old Spice.
How do I look, yellow man?
Oh yeah,
He looks
bro.
He looks
Bro.
like the shrimp from Smiling Friends.
How do I
Bro
look?
built like a mini fridge and has the IQ of the temperature
The
in it
shrimp
too.
from Smiling Friends.
Well, do you think shrimp
Peanut will like me now.
Bro looks like I'm at Burger King with my Burger Queen guy.
I'm a Burger King
King
with
with
my
my
Burger
Burger
Queen.
Can I please get a large fry?
So he's built like someone left a melon on top of the mini fridge. He sexually assaulted a minor.
Y'all are actually like obliterating him.
Literally, I feel like this is the best healing that could ever be done.
Bro's built like inflated licorice. He looks like a SoundCloud rapper.
Bro.
Bro's built like a soda bottle. Bro looks like bro is held back, and I can tell.
He's like the super senior jokes too over literal, bro.
And you
Bro.
were
Bro. Bro looks like
Okay.
so he's dressed as Dante, and then somebody said he ain't Dante, he's Donut.
Bro.
Dude looks like Connie's Titan mom in Attack on Titan. Bro is not Dante. That's don't a. That's do
That's
not.
don't be.
That's cease and desist. Oh my God! Somebody send pizzas to his house and choose pay by cash upon delivery.
Bro, that's evil.
He looks like a fat kid running around a Chinese buffet screaming at his mom for ice cream.
Someone was like Cheeto Puff at Bill.
Bro's built like an animation of 70. Built like the animation of Seven Deadly Sins. He
Send the
looks like
Jehovah's Witness his address. They will never leave him alone.
the thumbs from Spy Kids got inspiration from him. Bro
Bro,
jerks off. Okay, we already read that one. Why does he look like the ultimate nose picker?
Actually, he did.
What do you
he just looks musty. Like,
Just so you know, with a couple friends in there also making fun of him.
Bro looks like hookers pay him to go away.
You know what he reminds me of now that I think about it?
What?
Those crusty white Hispanic dogs.
the ones named Coco
Yeah,
or Princess.
the ones named Coco Princesa.
Oh, somebody said in the comment section, oh, Cheeto Puff built looking ass. His parents told him paint chips were Doritos as a kid.
Bro.
This man is the reason why lead. Somebody put this man is the reason why lead paint is banned.
That's his go-to costume no matter what, bro. I'm sorry.
Joker.
Yeah.
Dude looks like the badger from Woody Woodpecker.
Bro, someone just sent me a message and they were like, he looks like he plays Mouse Quest and says ooh.
Man looks like he was cut out of the One Piece dub by 4Kids.
Bro looks like the kind of guy that will get kills just to get a girl to say ooh ooh for him.
Ew.
Hello.
Oh, there's a picture of him and he has his socks are really high. So they zoomed in and they screenshotted it, and now they're roasting him for the socks. SpongeBob ass socks. His calves and his ankles are different zip codes.
Oh my God. Oh God, the long socks.
I hate to see this.
SpongeBob at Bill, bro.
Dude got thrift store shoes. That's crazy.
Mexican Winnie the Pooh looking ass.
I
by-
see him.
By the way, he used to play VR chat.
Oh.
I know. It just
Oscar from Shark Tales.
He doesn't look like Oscar from Shark Tales. He looks like the boss, the puffer fish.
La cucaracha in the corner of a studio apartment.
No! My friends are showing me the emo kid from Horton Hears Up.
Bro. Bro, look at the recent photo someone just posted.
Somebody posted a picture of the booty warrior from
Someone
the Boondocks.
sent me a message and they're like, hold on, they're like, Biggie Cheese, look at this.
Bro.
They said he's he actually has a chain like that too. I'm not even gonna lie, guys.
Oh, so we have another person coming forward with some screenshots, by the way.
Oh.
I might try. So this is them talking to each other. This is the OP posting. I might try to cosplay her to Anime Matsuri next year if I do get her cosplay. If there's any Tokyo Rev related things going on, or just generally any cons next year in general, Delta H would be fun. One to bring her to as well. Uh, Dick Burger King over here says I can help fund you for one for Anime Matsuri. I know how much her cosplay is, but if it's not that much, I'll buy it for
Yes.
you. OP says, "Wait, really? You're so sweet. I'm crying. You don't have to do that. That though, oh my god, please don't feel pressured to. I think the jacket I need for her is around $40, and her wig is under 20. I think I'm just kind of waiting till Christmas to see if I have something that my parents can get for me. This person sounds underage as well.
And he couldn't afford to give the person who did one of his wigs $45. Okay, that's crazy.
You actually okay, so I kind of have something similar to that. Whenever I had told him I was going to Comic Palooza, my original plan was I had bought official cosplay off of this really nice cosplayer, right? And I took down the reel but I had posted a reel or whatever, and then he like texted me and like told me, it was just normal, like, oh, it looks so good or whatever. And then we started talking about Comic Palooza, and he was talking about how he wanted, like, he was really adamant about it. He wanted to like match
Hey,
cosplays.
so something is going on now.
Oh,
We might be having another individual be joining us, another one of his victims.
oh, okay.
This dude is so fucked up. I really hope he never gets another opportunity at life.
He
He
looks
literally needs to
like
be put on the registry. Like that's how.
He really does. He needs to be going, like, literally door to door, introducing himself, as an offender.
Yeah, because it's because, and I say that because he's gonna be restricted in certain
Yeah.
living areas and in certain jobs, and it's what
Is
he
there any way?
needs.
So, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but is there any way someone could put the offender shuffle on the share
so.
the
We
link
we
for that on the
do
Discord?
Oh god, I know.
we do have the other individual joining us. They're going by SY and then like a happy face.
My name is Sai. That's how
Hello.
you. Hi.
Sorry, I am dyslexic as hell.
It's okay. Some people got confused and thought my name was actually pronounced like SY. Even though it's just a
See,
shortened name. So.
Well, welcome to the show. First off, I want to say thank you for joining us and just speaking out.
Thank you. I forgot what I was gonna say, but thank you for having me.
You're not in the
It's
Discord, are you?
no.
Okay, because they're going off on the guy.
yeah.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, I heard a few of them and I kind of laughed too loud and my parents heard me.
So to answer this comment, has he assaulted anyone yet? I just joined and don't know the full story. Yes, he has. Sexually assaulted. Actually, one of our victims is a sexually assaulted victim. Uh, but we're not going to go into detail. He built like
Um,
a Taco Bell janitor on crack. Y'all need to
sorry.
stop. That's what the Discord is for.
Sorry to cut you guys off. I do have to head out because I do work pretty early in the morning, and then I need to take my kid to school as well. So I
All
do
right.
need to head out.
Bye bye.
But literally, thank you to everybody who joined, to everybody who has heard me out, checked up on me, literally even made us laugh tonight. Literally, thank you so much. I don't think words themselves are enough to literally say thank you to everybody. Um, Literally, thank you for letting me come in and share my story. And also, you guys are so brave, and I'm so proud of you guys for speaking out and for putting your stories out there too. I am so proud of you guys for standing your ground and everything. You guys deserve nothing but the best. You guys are amazing, and I really hope that nothing like this happens to you guys again. You guys are just children. It's not fair to you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I really hope that you're okay now and that you're healing. Um, yeah, I really appreciate you because of you, I was able to gain the confidence to, speak up about it and finally speak up about the topic again.
Yeah.
Um, literally, I have no words. I'm just literally so proud of you guys, of myself, and literally everything that we were able to do by getting our stories out there. And I am praying, manifesting, hoping that we're already seeing his downfall, but I really hope this goes beyond the cosplay community, that this
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
not only me but you guys also get the justice you guys deserve, because he does not deserve anything.
Mm-hmm.
he,
Yeah.
he does not deserve nothing. He's not a human being after what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So i I really hope that justice does get served and this does go to more of a legal matter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Thank,
thank you guys. I will be heading out now.
thank you for coming on and
Thank
sharing.
you so much for literally letting me.
The next time that you come on the
Yeah.
show, I hope it's for a much lighter and fun subject.
I hope so too. Would always be down to join, probably in a better circumstance, but literally, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye guys.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
So no, thank you for coming on, Elle, as well for joining. And Sai, and you said it was Sai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So you just joined. How are you? First thing I want to ask you is how are you feeling? How are you doing?
Um, Honestly, I've been thinking a lot for the past few days ever since I posted that thing about him, and it's it's been making me realize a lot of things. I mean, not all of them are necessarily bad, but I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot. Yeah.
Did you? So did you post about that? So I think I saw that you had made a post about it before, but it was kind of like brushed off.
Yeah. So okay, at the time when it happened, when it originally happened, last year, I it took me months to talk about it. After everything had happened. Actually, I don't even think that was last year. It might have been this year. Wait, might be, but no, I'm not. But yeah, I had talked about it on my close friend story where only, some people could see it. So it's not public, but there were definitely still a good handful of people that saw it. Um, a lot of which they were mutuals with him.
Mhm.
And I had talked about everything he had done um, up until that point, and I had gotten a few oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, uh and like, oh, sorry, are you okay, and after that it was just brushed off. No one made an effort to stop talking to him or realize his behavior, you know
Yeah.
and especially when some of my friends, uh they how do I word this? Sorry, my brain is a little jumbled right now, but
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
mhm, some of my friends made active attempts to keep in contact with him even after they um saw everything I had said and went through, and some of them were even there to read the messages and everything before anyone else. So when it first happened, um and it really discouraged me because I have already been a grooming victim um, before him, and it really discouraged me because a lot of the times that I have tried to speak up about this topic, it was brushed off and or like no one really cared and I was ignored, and it happened again, but in a but it happened again in a community that I thought I was safe in,
Yeah.
and so it really discouraged me to talk about it ever again because I was like, well, I'm a little kid. What are they supposed to do? You know, like he's they probably think I'm lying because I'm a little kid, and they probably think I'm like a liar or like a rebel or something, and they think that he's a responsible and kind adult.
Yeah.
So
And especially with the way, because I think I heard a few things earlier. I think especially with the way that he talked about you in that one situation with the what was it? I think um the wig commissions, I think.
mm-hmm,
And after that and how he treated that, it was, I think, and to his friends, right? I think that just um if I were you, I could see where you were coming from, right? Because even for me, without that happening, knowing that there's so many people on his side and that he knows is just like the scariest thought.
mm-hmm. And I was actually gonna come on here and talk about some of the interactions I've had with him about the wig commissions, um, because there was also an instance where he commissioned me for a wig, which was the Joker wig, Persona 5, and he I gave it to him for free because he said he was struggling with money. And I'm not gonna share too many details, but um, I have my family has struggled with money before in the past, and so I was like, I totally get it, you know. And this was after I had finished the wig, by the way, that he said this. So it wasn't even, before the wig. He was like, "Oh, I'm also on a limited budget," It was after I had finished everything or almost finished everything, and he was like, "Well, I'm kind of on a budget. I'm kind of, you know, poor." And I was like, "I totally understand. I've struggled with that before in the past, and if it really helps you out, I can just give it to you." And during this was while he was grooming me. So I had really thought we were close, and at the time I hadn't realized he was grooming me either. The only reason why I realized that he was grooming me in the first place was because one of my older mutuals reached out to me, and they had explained to me that this behavior wasn't normal and that it was inappropriate. And that's when it just clicked in my brain. But um, he asked to meet up in real life for the wig commission, and he asked me to meet up with him at, I think, either Pop Fancy or Asia Town. And it was a school night. I couldn't go out. So I was like, just come to my neighborhood and we'll just meet up there. And note that it was, I think, around 5 p.m. when he had come to pick up the wig. Luckily, I had a friend over, and I'm very grateful for her. Um, she only came over because I had told her about the um, wig drop off, and she was like, "Do you want me to come with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I'm very grateful for her. I don't know what would have happened if I was alone, you know. Um, but yeah, he had before that. Sorry, it's very not in chronological order because I my brain's just messed up.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he had messaged me saying he wanted to give me something in return for giving him the gift for free. That thing was a fairly large print uh of Ganyu from Genshin Impact, and she was in a very suggestive position. And again, I am a minor, and at the time I was 14, um, and he knew that. He knew that. So he just gave me a gigantic print of Ganyu with her um in a very weird position, and it was weird considering at the time I had cosplayed Ganyu. So mm,
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Yeah, that's disgusting.
mhm.
So apparently, somebody else shared with me right now that he made friends with somebody, and that he would always text them, "I miss you, I love you," that they're cute, and he even
Well,
tried to stay the night at their apartment.
Ugh.
ew. Oh, that's actually weird.
No, yeah, he was with me a lot of it. It was his messages were always very constant about wanting to meet up. Um, there was a point in time where like I would I would like on certain days or whatever, I'd have an excuse because of whatever was going on. And it felt like he memorized like the days that I usually, wasn't busy because I was on a schedule, right?
Hmm.
Hold on,
And
give me a second, give me a second, give me
Mhm.
a second. What did you? The person that posted, there's a bird in this chat. It seems. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's scary.
Like a spy, a bot, like
Yeah, elaborate.
yeah, because I don't know what that means. One thing, right?
Yeah, but even so, I am also a minor, right? And so it's
Mhm.
kind of like, why are you constantly talking to me about meeting up, right?
Yeah, I can relate to that because with my WIC commissions, he would always want to meet up with me, and even like at cons and events or outside of school, I think he would want to meet up or hang out.
Yeah.
And it's just, I personally think it's not okay for an adult to interact with a minor like that
Yeah.
unless you two are like very close, as in maybe a relative or a family friend,
Yeah.
etc. Or they've taken care of you in the past, like a babysitter or something. The bird is
Oh,
oh, they're here.
uh,
Okay,
fuck
whatever.
you. But
Oh, that's
I don't
actually
know what they gain from sitting and listening to all this because it's nothing
well,
they
we
want to
haven't
hear.
really said who we're talking about. In reference, we haven't said a name or anything like that in this live
Yeah.
stream. We refer to this individual as jackass or asshole.
so we could
What
be
happened
talking
to
about
that
anyone
set?
right now.
We could be talking about uh,
Uh,
somebody that's built like SpongeBob SquarePants with some tux.
oh, that actually
SpongeBob
reminds me. He
SquarePants.
had like this weird messed up SpongeBob as his profile picture one time. It was, and that just reminded me of something. Yeah.
Ugh, no. The only red flag that I clearly saw at first was his obsession with Mona. Like
Oh my god,
he
same
made
here.
it seem like a joke, obviously, but like the actual like you could tell if you really looked
Yeah.
into it, it was really weird.
Yeah, and I had talked about wanting to cosplay Mona at some point. Maybe when I was older or with shorts under, cause you know, uh, and he was uh very happy to say the least, and it was really
No, yeah. He whenever I got my official cosplay, he was he was like, "Oh, you should cosplay Mona, right?" And I was like,
oh.
I looked and I was like, "Oh, she's pretty, but I don't know, right?"
Hmm. Yeah, and especially like even if you just didn't want to cosplay her because she's not your favorite or something,
Mm-hmm.
it's just her outfit in general.
Yeah, and minor,
Yeah, it's kind of revealing,
just everything. It was
Yeah, and actually speaking about cosplays, I've mentioned it to uh I've mentioned it before in the post, but he would baby me a lot, and when I was in like girly cosplays like Kale especially, from Genshin Impact, because her whole lore is like, oh, she used to get experimented on by Dottore, and blah blah, and her and Amber are best friends. Um, and when we first talked to each other, you know, sorry, someone just commented. I'm just oh um sorry, I just got off track. But when we first started talking to each other after Anime Houston, he wouldn't stop referring to me as Kale, as if my name wasn't right there in my account.
oh,
I had also told him my name, uh, and he kept referring to me as Kale, and I think one of the messages I remember and still have, um, in a saved album, he was saying, "Oh, you wish you could have Amber, but she's my wife, silly Kale." And I was like, "Why are you talking to me like that?"
I'm literally telling you, like he's like a top. I swear to God, he has like a Reddit account with like over 100,000. Like, come on, I bet I'm telling you right now.
um, I do have a lot of screenshots of this guy. I'll talk about that after I read these comments, because this is. I remember my friend Sydney telling about an encounter she had with him at a Christmas party where it was her first time ever meeting him. She was drunk and he wouldn't stop complimenting her. Cosplay and hitting on her, which is how he got her to give him her Insta, and a couple days after, he'd messaged her how he thought she was cute and that he missed her after having met her once.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Um, shoot, okay. Sorry, I was gonna talk about something else as well. There was this point in time where me and one of my closest friends weren't friends because of just some stuff that I'm not going to mention. Um, but I had posted about it publicly, and it was an embarrassing moment in time. So I'm not going to talk about that part too much. But Astro saw it, and he wasn't involved in the situation at all, right? But he had messaged me first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. while I was in my first period class, um, in the eighth grade. Was it eighth grade? No, that it was. I can't remember, but it was just during school first period, so very early in the morning. and he says, "Yo, we have to talk." And actually, let me see if I can pull up the screenshots somehow. Ew. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're so real for that. That's literally my
I have
reaction every time.
I made a saved album for screenshots I had with Astro because I find it convenient to screenshot everything. And yeah. He says, "Yo, we gotta." Oops. Okay. Anyway. Oh, good God. Sorry, I'm being spammed with notifications. This is.
No, it's okay. We are gonna go ahead and come to a stopping point, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you to both of you for coming forward, sharing, just putting it out there because it takes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
The chat is saying that there's a groomer defender, maybe one of the individual's friends.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
We have evidence. We have proof. We have screenshots that
Mm-hmm.
we are not going to share because if the police get involved, there will be a legal investigation.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Um,
Thank you
thank you
so
so much
much.
for
Thank
joining.
you.
Everyone, thank you. We'll see you on our regular. Please join us back on Monday at 7 for our regular podcast. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.